All right. Good evening, everyone. This is Dr. Sheila with Wow Wellness. If you don't already know who I am, and this is our favorite time of the week, Wow Wednesday with Solex. It's our testimonial call. We've been doing this for almost 2 years now. Can you believe it? And so we like to talk about experiences that you've had or you've had working with other people or different ways that you use our amazing advanced scanner technology. This needs to be in every single household. But before we say anything more, I just want to remind us we are not interested in diagnosing, treating, curing, preventing, or any of that stuff. We are using information technology that helps us make better decisions for ourselves and support those that we care about as well. And I have the amazing Marianne Node with me tonight. She is co-hosting with me. You want to say something to get us opened up?
Yeah, I'm excited to be here with you, Dr. Sheila. Every week we have these beautiful people show up and share their stories. And I'll tell you what, by the time I get off the call, my cheeks are like red. I get all so excited. So anyways, welcome everybody. This is recorded. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whenever you listen to it.
Yeah. So please share anything with us. And remember, nothing is too small. What seems small to you could be really huge to someone else. We are impacting lives, hosting this on our team YouTube channel. People are finding this all over the place. So share, share, share anything that might benefit someone else. You can start talking, raise your hand, whatever is most comfortable for you.
Sharing? Yeah, I'll be the first. I feel like I'm back in high school and by the locker here, but anyway. I just wanted to reach out and let everybody know that yes, nothing is too small to share. Last couple of times I was explaining about the incredible results I was having with cellulitis in two separate instances, two separate people. One cellulitis in the wrist and the other one in the elbow. The elbow one has been really, really persistent, so it's taking a lot more, but consistent, it is reducing, and it's a combination of the scanning and the wand. Amazing. I got the stand and I just let him have at it on the massage table and just let it go. He's enjoying it. But the other one was high blood pressure, 3,000 miles away, and it helped.
So, I love that.
Right. So for high blood pressure, doing the playlist for that. And I didn't really know at the beginning what I was doing. I was just picking. And it turns out it was the right picks and just always sending high energy, health and whatnot, and then adding rest to it. But most recently, I had a fella that has had 3 different conditions that he wanted me to send playlists for. But the most important one that he's getting immediate results right now is with his itchiness. He's got super, super itchy skin on his back. And he can't sleep. He hasn't been able to sleep because of this itching for ages. I ran the scan. I'll tell you, I incorporated health, strength recovery, energetic shield, but the big one was parasites. And I also ran for eczema, sleep well, and skin problems 1 and 2, because I saw Marianne had posted something like that ages ago. So I tagged onto that. This fella is getting sleep that he hasn't had in ages. 4 straight nights in a row. So I still have to update and see how he's doing after that. But yeah, he's getting his rest. So now, hopefully, the rest of his body can heal for the inflamed knee issue. The other issue, what was it he had? I'm working on Yeah, oh yeah, and I worked on him with his diet because I had him erase any dairy and wheat in his diet as well. Everything is working primarily since the scans, and then I said to him about his diet. So everything, with all the intuition you have and all the tools, we are helping out there. I was just so pleased with all of that. Oh yeah, prostate issues. He's got prostate issues as well, and he is seeing results with that as well. So hopefully I have more of an update next week, but I just had to hop on here and say these were just and they're not so little, but I've heard even more amazing stories recently, and I can't wait to hear more. So we're helping a lot of people. Thanks for letting me share.
Oh, that is just amazing. That just lights my heart on fire because it is, you know, getting information from running scans, being able to send frequencies that affect people because, you know, we've got bad frequencies coming at us all the time that we can't control, like, you know, the chemical sprays and the 5Gs, and it's just, all this stuff is coming at us. What if we can be proactive and do something about that and send counteractive frequencies, which is what you're doing?
Yes. Yes, definitely. It's amazing. You know what?
That's amazing.
They say seeing is believing, but you can't see this, but you sure can feel it. It's amazing.
Yeah. And do you realize, I don't, for those of you that might not realize, you know, if someone is not sleeping well, they're not going to heal. We've got to get that sleep because the body is programmed to heal while we're sleeping. And if we're not sleeping, it doesn't usually really matter what you're doing. It's probably not going to work. So good job focusing and realizing. I love how you pointed out, well, you really didn't know what you were doing and you just got in there and started doing things and then you tweaked it as you learned. Don't be afraid to start working, guys. You can't mess up. You can't do it wrong. You just can't. You could make a big difference though.
Yeah, exactly.
That was amazing, Kathy. Thank you.
Kathy's on
Thank
fire.
you.
Love that because there's a world in need. People need what we have.
That's right. Absolutely.
Kathy,
It's-
when you
Yes,
ran
Peggy.
the sleep program, did you send that to him in the evening?
Primarily, I was running, I knew that he had rested for the day and it was like after dinner time, but he wanted me to run it all night long and I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Like I know sometimes it might be too much, but with him, I got the okay from him, so I ran it all night long.
Yeah, I've noticed I ran a couple of scans and forgot about them, so they ran all day and seem to have a counterproductive, like
So-
they actually cause stress or they caused headaches or they caused extreme fatigue. So I'm like, oh, I got to be careful about that. Don't just set it on continuous and then forget to shut it off.
You have to be
But-
careful depending
Yeah.
on the person and what your focus is. So, especially if you're sending anything in a detox, you definitely wouldn't want to keep that on continuous. If you're
Well-
sending to someone very sensitive, you also can't do continuous.
Thank goodness they were on myself. And like, oh, I know what's going on.
Yeah. So we've actually had stories of people that, you know, they got real excited when they got their scanner and they just like scanned and optimized all day long and really threw themselves to have to lay down the next couple of days because they just did
Yeah.
a little too much.
For sure. Yeah, you have to be careful about that.
But sleep programs, your affirmations, your inner voice, all that can run safely overnight.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
Yeah. I recommend
So if-
everybody do mind sync while they're sleeping.
Oh,
If I could just give you guys an update on my friend, remember that I told you that was in the hospital, that they said that his spine would snap if he sneezed too hard?
Yeah.
Well, he's been home 3 weeks and he's on the methylene blue and she's running the scans on him. He's actually walking and she told me that on Monday night, he actually got up because there was for a while, because of the tumor on his spine, he can't tell when he has to go
Oh,
because all those feelings were just not happening.
yeah.
And so, but he got up on Monday night to go to the bathroom and come back.
Wow.
So, you know, slowly but surely. And I mean, I don't think it's slowly. It's only been 3 weeks, but to him, it seems really slowly. And
Well,
I'm
yeah.
like, for how, you know, how close they were telling you were to that door.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
you're doing great. So,
Yeah.
that's really, really cool. And just for Christine, I'm only going to tell one. I won't tell all her stories, but she was running scans on her mom. And she told me that they have a dear friend who's really intuitive, known them for a long time, and came over, I guess, for the long weekend just to visit and looked at her mom and said, "Are you feeling better? Because I can hear it in your voice." Like, how cool is that, right?
That's
And she
amazing.
was like,
Yes.
well, you know, it's not that you look better or nothing. No, I can hear it in your voice.
Yes.
that so it was just so cool. But she's got amazing stories, which we'll wait till next week. But no, it's all good. I had a new lady that signed, I'm doing scans on her. She's coming to see me next weekend. But when I spoke to her, she was in very, very dire, just apparently her and her husband haven't even slept in the same bed for years now. Because she's just so much, and she's like, I don't want to disturb his sleep, right?
Yeah.
And I spoke to her today, and I said, you sound better. She goes, actually, the last 4 days, and it's probably been about 4 or 5 days since I started doing the scans on her. She goes, I just have a bit more energy and a better outlook on life, and just overall, And I'm like, okay, good, But it's just amazing, and I got my AO core today, so I'm so excited to start that protocol tomorrow.
Yay!
So really
Yes.
excited about getting onto that as well.
Yes. Oh, amazing. Thank you so much. This is just what lights my fire is you guys see people that need help and you just don't even hesitate and you just get in there and you don't worry about not being perfect or having some education background. You just get in there and work and help people and look at what's happening.
Can I ask a question? Because one of my new signups sent me this question today. I'm just going to bring it up so I can read it to you. She said she has a client. She's all the way in Australia, so it's really hard to get the time all.
Yeah.
So she, okay, so this gentleman has big health issues. He went for a health check and they discovered that he has a brain aneurysm and a small tumor in the tail of his pancreas. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I guess he's been very confused and tired lately.
Yeah.
So, she's like, sounds like the AO scan would be great for this. And I'm like, yeah, get him on the methylene blue, get him on the Solex Gold, and then start running the scans, right? Now, do you
Yeah.
have any playlists that would be specific to anything like that? Or do we
Uh,
just go through and create one?
Yeah, let me look through my library. If anybody else wants to share while I'm looking.
Okay, well, I'll jump in real quick, as
Fantastic.
usual. I have a client list and we have a group and we're doing a detox, a parasite detox this month. And so, I worked on getting liver, kidney, all toned up. And we started working also, they're all on methylene blue. And for this week, the week of, the methylene blue and gold. And for this week, we're incorporating more of a parasite cleanse, right? And so that started a couple of days ago, and I actually have been running just today parasites on a client who is already noticing evidence of something starting to move. So I'm just going to put it that way. And so I'll probably have more gory, but stories by the end of the week. But the full moon is when they really get active. And so we're pretty excited about all the people who are on it and excited. And they did a lot of detoxing with the methylene blue. It is my favorite product, except, well, maybe not now. Quick testimonial on the core. Unbelievable. I had 3 months, you guys, 3 months of issues. And the scan can only do so much. The scan cannot put, digestive enzymes and, the proper biomin and whatever. It was kind of helping about 3 months. So within a week, you guys, within a week of taking the core, I'm here to tell you that things are shifting, and I don't even know. I'm kind of lost for words, which is something for me that it happened that fast. Another thing I noticed, ladies, was that in that week, I seemed to lost a couple pounds, and I didn't change anything except that. And my tummy kind of that was inflamed, maybe a little puffier, is now no puffiness. So that's pretty exciting. And I also want to say that the Canadians have a price promo also. They talked about it if you add the whole core program to your AO subscription, that you get a decreased price or a better price in the
Yep.
US. So I found Solex today and got the details for the Canadians.
Oh, good.
So we also do get a nice discount. I wrote it down. We're going to save $27. I won't go through the whole dynamics, but we're going to save $27, which is, half of a bottle of one of those products. And
Yeah.
who doesn't want to save $27? And I'm here to tell you that it is on my auto ship. It is on my auto ship.
Mine
And
too.
I'm not ever going to stop. And that youth, I'll tell you what, in another, I'm aging backwards. That's my whole thing is like, let's all just age backwards. Let's all get on this, and we can all do that. And I'm seeing all these beautiful faces. You guys look fresh, and there's a certain look about some of these people who have been using the Solex scans for a number of months or years. It's fantastic. Anyways, that's all I got to say.
Well, I'll tell you, this is one of the slogans that we came up with during the leadership retreat in June was live younger, longer. So
Oh, I
that's
love
what
that.
Solex focus is here. And that's the whole focus of the core with our scan technology, because we can do that. We are reversing the aging process. So
Yeah.
what is aging? Cellular damage, cellular
Yeah.
oxidation. So we can reverse that.
And then think about the rain. Now, with 900,000 negative ions pouring down into you, I mean, good Lord, you guys, we're going to be here for a long, long time. And I don't have it yet. We're waiting in Canada. And as soon as
And they're
it's
out of
available,
stock. So we're waiting on the next shipment.
yeah. And if you don't know what that is, you guys ask whoever invited you to the call, and they're going to send you some information that will like make your hair go weird. You'll be standing up. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, my hub is actually on the way. I'm so excited. And yeah, between, we have got the very best tools and resources here with this company and the very highest compensation, which is ridiculous because Lauren comes in and he outperforms any other product or technology on the market and brings it in at a lower price and pays us even more than any other company would think of. It's insane. So the man is not in this.
Immediately, you don't have to rank advanced to get this incredible, 45%, like blow my mind. But I mean, there's more to it than that. But I mean, let's just say, oh.
And the whole point is most of us here, we share that passion and mission, which is why we were drawn here, is about serving humanity. How do we do that if we've got things that, maybe there's a company that has something better than we have, which there isn't one, by the way, or another company pays better, or if we're charging so much people can't afford it. Our scan subscription is ridiculously low for what we have and our products. I mean, it's crazy. Shalou, I wanted to say I do not have a pre-built playlist for that situation, but aneurysm is in the quantum frequencies, and anything circulatory, vascular support you want to add, he definitely needs to be on the AO Youth. If that's possible.
I saw a playlist. I know where to go grab it, so I'll send it to you, Shalou.
There you go. And somebody had their hand up a while ago, and Jean. Yes, ma'am.
This is the month, or the next 3 months, I tend to order my supplements. I've mentioned before that I'm new to Solex, and I usually buy my year's supply because of the savings and some other things that go on at this time. Should I rethink that since I've started the AO scan and the 660? And maybe I'm not sure how to deal with cutting back on which supplements and such, but should I start dabbling with that a little bit?
Honey, can you repeat that? I want to make sure that I completely understand what you're saying. What I thought I heard you say, and there's a little interruption on the line, so it's not completely clear, but you're saying you usually just buy a year's worth of supplements once a year?
Yes. And I'm rethinking that because of what I'm hearing of happening with the AO scan. And so I'm going, I'm not sure, but what I should start dabbling with, cutting back on some of my supplements. When I do the AO scan, I of course have more than 8 supplements I use. But there's normally just 8 supplements that come up on the AO scan. And I'm going, I'm not sure how I know which ones I need and which ones I don't, since only 8 come up.
Well, that's a great question. So if you look at your inner voice reports and your body system reports, those often can give you indications of nutrient needs, not necessarily a product, but like if K comes up all the time for you, you know that that's something, it probably in something you're taking that your body's still needing, or the B's. So those are some places that you can look. And I have put products in my scan library that I might not have on hand, and I can't scan the frequency into my library, but I can give a good product description or ingredients or what it's for, and then trust that if it's coming up often. And so you do that in your quick scan, but the quick scan you can do by supplement line, like if you've got different lines that you use and you categorize those, or with your easy scan, you can click if you want the general or if you've put them in different categories in the library there. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I thought I may want to cut back on these and let my body do more of the work.
Yeah. Yeah. But look at those reports that spell it out for you, like your body systems and your inner voice, because they're going to let you know where there might be some nutrient deficiencies or some things that just need extra support, and then focus on those. If you look at your vital scan or your comprehensive, you can get some indicators in there, especially in vitals. What are things that tend to be more of a always out of balance? So those would be things that any supplements you're taking, maybe they're addressing those things. And if you've got supplements that don't have anything to do with those things, then maybe those are some things you can start cutting back and see what happens.
Well, I did. I stopped my supplements for 3 weeks. And then on my most recent scan, more body things came up than usual. And so I thought, yeah, ask the question. I think I'm on the right target here. And then see what my easy scans identify for me to take.
Yeah.
Start doing those, see what these other reports indicate,
Yeah.
and go from there. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of on the right line.
You are. Yes. Good job.
Thank
See,
you.
this is how we can help people, empower people in their own homes and start saving them money, because oftentimes we do over supplement. And sometimes maybe we're not taking the right supplement because, different companies make things different ways. And, maybe even this year, this one really isn't settling well with my system, but there's another one that's similar that just resonates a little bit better. So you can always test that too. And Jean, you can even enter, if you wanted to, other product lines with similar products. And even if you don't have them physically, you can enter the best description you can and just kind of test around with that too. If you're on a healing program with a practitioner, you don't want to be guessing at that. Leave that stuff alone. But if you're supplementing, supporting yourself, these are things that you can, scan and find out, see, take away something, add something, see how you feel, see what your scans say. Everybody can do this for yourself safely.
I was so sick years ago. Each time I added whichever one of these supplements, each one that I added, I felt it facilitating me. And so it is a little hard to say, I'm going to try to go without this.
Yeah.
Because it's facilitated me.
Yep.
But then the frequency efforts are doing so much more. I'm going, this might be the time to test.
Yeah. And so another thing that you can do is say you're taking something twice a day. You could go down, instead of stopping cold turkey, go down to one a day and just give that a week or two and see how your body responds to that. If you notice any differences, see what your scans say.
Thank you.
Yeah, because that way, if it's something you really need, and now you've taken yourself off of this normal adding it to the body, now you're kind of set back, where if you just slowly taper, you're not as likely to have a setback. Make sense?
I appreciate I do, and I appreciate the feedback. I thought this is what I ought to do, and I was going, and I think I've started the right way in that I held off for 3 weeks, did this easy scan, and saw these things, lots more things come up, and I'm going, well, some of those are working for me.
Yep.
Now to add them back in.
Yes. Way to go. Yeah. Listening to your intuition. That's God's voice telling you what you need to be doing.
So on the body scan, if it says chronic iodine and then acute vitamin A, acute means I need it right now, and chronic means it's a long-term thing.
So acute would be like, this is a sudden thing that's out of balance. Chronic,
Okay.
this has been out for a little while.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
You're welcome. And you see how easy we can just work with all of this information and supporting ourselves without making any kind of claims or diagnoses. We're not diagnosing anything. We're just looking at information that helps us make good decisions with our own care. So powerful.
It's so powerful. So powerful. Okay, quick. I got a real quick one. If nobody is it, unless somebody else has one. Does somebody else have one? I'll do it real quick. If somebody else wants to hop in, do it now. Mary, you don't have anything? Okay. Okay, so I have a friend, and he has a scanner, and he runs his house, and he's always running a scan on the house all day and all night, and he runs it on his parents' house and whatever. And he lives out here. We're out on the West Coast. It's very mild here where we live on this island, and there's still bugs out. And he noticed that the bugs will fly into his house. He has a tiny home. They'll fly in and they fly right out. They don't want to go in there.
Oh,
And yeah, and he said it is the best. He doesn't. I was like, so he was texting me this just before I got on the call, and I was like, well, what programs are you running, right? So he hasn't got back to me, but when I find out, I'll let you know. Isn't that interesting? And before, he had bugs going in, and he is having to, try and shoo them out, and at the end of the day, because he sits out on his deck and whatever. So that's interesting, right?
that's fantastic. That
Live
kind of
like
reminded
that.
me of, there's an essential oil that we use. I use it a lot in therapeutic sessions, and it's kind of a protection. And someone had recommended, they had this uncle that was really not fun to have at family gatherings. And they're like, well, you need to be diffusing this oil because it actually repels those negative energies. And by golly, within 10 minutes, he was out the door. Frequencies, guys, frequencies here. You have all these positive
Sorry.
frequencies, and the low ones can't hang.
And now we have the essential oils in our there might be some there that will help us out with people like that. That's funny.
Yes, yes. I'm hoping we have a training coming from one of my doctors in Germany. This is one of his specialties with essential oils. And so I've connected him and Lauren, and hopefully we'll have a course coming out in university, but he'll probably present at our live event in Europe. But anyway, it is time for Solex Weekly Update. I cannot wait. Last week was phenomenal, and I can't wait to hear what they have to say tonight. But we thank every one of you for taking time out of your night. I know it's not convenient. It's not for me either, but this is such an amazing call, and it's not possible without y'all coming. So thank you. Marianne, you want to close us out?
Sure. Thank you all for being here and sharing your stories, and really think about people that you could invite to these calls. Say next week, like put it in your mind, and these you can just make a copy of the Zoom, and send it off to people with the date and time. Also, I just want to say thank you to Sheila. I've been in this industry for for a couple of decades. And I just love your leadership and what
Aw.
you bring to the table. And we all do. And we all appreciate you. So thank you, Sheila, for all that you do.
Oh, thank you. I love you all so much. And I love Solex and our ability to help people. So thank you. Mwah.
Okay, I put the oh, I didn't send it. Hold on here, you guys.
By the way,
There
the
you go.
link and the
The YouTube.
ID
Oh, I didn't put the link, but
will not
real
change anymore.
quickly, overcoming grief, achieving weight loss, and other super interesting things are going to be discussed on the call. So let's hop on.
Woo! Good night, everyone.
No,
night.
thank
Good
you.
night.
Good night. Thanks very much. Bye.
Thanks, Mary Ann.
Thanks, Sheila.